Hello everybody, welcome back to another day in my Minecraft world. Check out the sugarcane farm. It is rocking and rolling. It just does not stop. It's always forever running. Take a look at the results that we have. I haven't even been doing any AFKing. All I have done is I've been running around doing a couple things. I cleared up a lot of the grass because I hate grass. I added an extra bridge over here just because when we're over there, and this is where I think I want to put our storage. That way we have back and forth, and eventually when I come, I'm going to make an actual bridge that actually looks nice that goes here. Also, what I've been doing some stuff up here. Remember the old pig pen that was right here? There used to be another divider here. I opened it up and let the sheep wander around, and I added some colors. I have been harvesting a lot of wheat. I've got a good amount of that. Over here, the cow farm, I expanded this one block because I really wasn't getting a good amount of raw beef out of this. With only one block, it was kind of a pain. I always had to keep moving around like this and going to the other side because the cows would follow you if you have the wheat in your hand. Plus, only so many cows would actually have little baby cows, so I was only getting a limited amount of raw beef from out of there. So by having it too wide, I can fit more cows in here before entity cramming starts taking hold. And all I gotta do is I can just keep going back and forth like this, dropping my wheat. Take a look at what's down here. Look at that, 21 raw beef, just from that one feeding session. As you can see, I've got 52 cooked beef already. There's another 23 in here. I like to split these in half between them so they get cooked faster. Just like that. So now there's always going to be beef for me to use. So today's video, we're going to concentrate on a couple of farms. The first one is going to be an automatic honey farm. I have another nether project that I want to do. It's going to make some automatic roads down in the lava oceans, and we need honey blocks for that. And I don't have enough honey to do that. Plus, these over here, they're the two beehives over here. I think the bees are gone. I haven't seen the bees at all in a long time. And I do have one over here. I put it there somewhere in here. I think it's up here against the wall right there. So that way it can help out the farmers' crops over there. But it never got a bee in it, and I went all the way over there because I knew there was a beehive over there, and I used leashes to grab 2 bees to bring them over here to get them into there. But on the way over, they just died. I don't know why they died, but they just did. So I need to make something with bees in it so that I can make more bees, and then put them into our automatic honey farm so that way we can start making honey blocks for the road builder that we need. The other thing I need to do is all of these chickens in here. You see all of these eggs? There are a ton of eggs. All I did was walk past here through this corner here to show you the cow farm, and I picked up 8 of them. So these guys are constantly dropping eggs, and we're going to need them for when we eventually get to fight the wither. I believe you use these and you can shoot them around and make chickens come out. The wither turns them into wither roses or something like that. Something like that. So I need to put a collection system underneath of this to collect all of these eggs and deposit them into a chest. So that way they're not despawning anymore, they're just sitting in a chest. So I'm going to start with the honey farm. Well, then the honey farm is going to be going right over here on the side of this hill next to the creeper farm. Most of it is going to be inside the hill. I'm probably going to have to dig some of it out to build it and then put some dirt back. So I figured right here would be a good idea because I built this bridge, and I also opened this up a little bit just so we can get in here a little bit easier for the creeper farm, and also this is where we're eventually going to build our full-time base. So I would like them to be right about this level. That'll put the chests down into here, and it'll work perfectly. So I'm actually going to go ahead and clear out the whole side of this real quick. There we go, that's a little bit better. Now this design is going to be a compact design. It'll be one single stall, and then you can also build another one attached to it directly next to it. So I think I would like to have 3 all together, just so that way, because I know there's going to be one flower in each one for the bees to pollinate and then go refill their hives. So I think with 3 right next to each other, I'll get the results that I want. Now, I cannot lay claim to this design because it's apparently been around for a while, so I cannot give credit where credit is due. So just know that I am not saying this is my design. I am following along a video with another YouTuber by the name of Chimney Swift 11. If you haven't heard of him, go check him out. He's got about 1.5 million subscribers, so he seems to be pretty popular. And this is the design that we're going to be going with. This design can also be turned on and off, so if you have enough, you can turn it off, and then you can turn it back on again if you need more. So this design is going to be 8 deep, and if you're doing a single one, it will be 3 wide, just in the very front though. Everything else will be a single block behind it, but it is 8 deep. If you want to put another one next to it, then the back of it will be 3, so 1, skip 1, then another one, and it will also be 8 deep as well, and the front will be, I believe, something like 5 wide. Okay, so I put out a little bit of a platform. This is the area that all 3 of the farms are going to go onto. It is 7 wide, and this here is the center one. So I'm actually going to start my first one right here. I'm going to put a piece of glass, like that. Like that. We're going to need more, but we're going to put down a piece of dirt right there. Like that, 3 high. You want to make sure that you have glass blocks 2 high above your dirt. You are going to put a piston in front of the dirt, facing up. And this is going to get cased in, but I'm not going to do both sides. I'm just going to do one for now. We're going to need to come in here and put a dispenser right up in here. So to make things easier, I'm actually going to remove the piston. But just remember, a piston needs to go there. Now, if you want to keep this compact, this is where your piston is going to go. And right here, you're going to have a hopper and then your collection right here. So say a chest. But I'm going to make mine a little bit different. Since I'm making 3 of them, I'm going to have all the honey come down, and then it's going to come out right here. So I'm going to have a chest right here, and that's where my honey's going to go. So it's piston, block, hopper going down. And I might as well do the collection system now. So that way I won't have to deal with that later, and it'll be a little bit easier. So this is the center. Our hopper should be... Yep, right there. There's our hopper. So I want our chest to be right here. Like that. Grab the hoppers, shift click, and there we go. To test this out, went into the hopper, and it's in the chest. Very good. My apologies, folks, I made a mistake. Okay, so it's piston and the hopper right behind it. And then we need another hopper right on top of that. There we go. Now, 1 block above this, we need a dispenser. So I'm just going to go like that. Come in under here. This is why it's going to make this easier. There we go. We need a dispenser facing down. Now I'm going to go ahead and place my piston back in. There we go. Now right here you would normally have a chest, but we don't have that. We're going to drop builder block, 2 blocks, 1 back here. Then we're going to take 2 slabs, drop them there. Then we need a block right here. Since we're right here up against the wall, I can just drop it just like that. And then we're going to put another top slab right there. Now this is what you should have, unless you're only building 1 of these, then you should have a chest right here with this hopper feeding into it. But this right here is where all of our redstone and comparator and stuff is going to go. Now this next part, I'm not 100% sure if it is going to work. I just thought about this. Normally there should be a chest right here, And right here you put your comparator right there, so it's facing outward. So when items go into the chest, it is going to send a redstone signal up to here and drop whatever it is that you're using to collect. So don't think that this is going to work. When the beehive is full, it will put out a redstone signal, but I don't think it's going to power this. So I might have to remove this block and move this comparator over. But for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to put up some temporary blocks so I can get up. We're going to take our redstone, there. So that way, this signal, these things can put out redstone 5 blocks away. So this is 5 blocks and right into our dispenser, which is going to dispense our, whether it be shears or glass bottles. Now, I'm actually going to change something right here. I forgot. If you put your piston here, then you can change this block out for a regular block and put a switch on it, and that will control it. But since we're doing 3 of these together, I'm actually going to put my piston up here instead. Like that. That way I can put a switch up top, and that will control all 3 of them. Block I put in, I'll replace it with a regular block. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take glass, and I'm going to finish off encasing this. Like so. And then here, I'm actually going to take those out. That is so I can get in here and place the beehive when we're ready to. Now, if you're only doing 1 of these, what you can do, you can get up to the top, take a switch, put that on there, and drop the piston. Then you can come up in here, and if you have a beehive with bees already in it, you can go ahead and drop that right there on this block here. With this piston extended, that's going to prevent the bees from coming out, and you can continue to work. You can put a 2 tall flower here, and then you can close off the rest of this area, and then you can climb back up and turn the piston off. And then the bees will go ahead and pollinate the flower, bring the honey back to the hive, and once it's full, you can either if you put bottles in here, you have to fill it up with bottles, and then every time the hive gets full, it'll send out this signal, it'll trigger this, it'll fire a bottle, and that will go down into the hopper and into your chest right here or your collection system. Or you can fill this up with shears, and it will fire shears, and you will get honeycomb instead of honey bottles. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build up the other 2 modules, and I'll bring it back on when I've got that set up. Alright, and there we have it. All 3 of these modules are in. All I did was the glass in between, I put a piece of redstone on each one, and now this switch in the middle can power up all 3 of these. Here's a shot from behind what it looks like. I've got all 3 of my comparators with the redstone going up and around. There's our switch there. Controls all 3. On the sides here, I broke the bottom piece of glass in the middle, and I put a 2 hoppers facing this way, and the same thing on that side. So everything is going into that center hopper, and then it drops down and into the chest. Now the hard part is finding 3 beehives with bees in them. When I get that part figured out, I'll bring it back on and show you where I'm at. Alright, we are back. Here's what I have done. What I did was I removed the comparators, and I put observers here, because apparently it is when the beehive reaches its maximum, it'll send out a redstone signal. Also, this will be watching it, so when there's a change, it will trigger this, sending the redstone pulse, and it does go all the way up, and it fires off the dispenser here. So right now what I want to do is I'm going to come to this center dispenser, because when I was out and about, I could only find 1 bee nest. I looked it up, and flower forests, which is what is right over here, which is what we're going to be building in, they have a 0.2% chance of generating a beehive. However, right on the other side of this ridge, I found a whole bunch of sunflowers, and I checked that is a sunflower forest, and those have a 5% chance of spawning a beehive. So I cut a tree down, got some saplings. There were no trees there, and I planted 5 trees. So hopefully as those trees grow, we'll get more beehives and we can put them into here. So for now, I'm just going to deal with the center one only. So what I'm going to do, and you want this thing to be completely full, I do need to go collect some more sand so I can make more glass. And I can put these in here, but this should be enough for now. It is going to be kind of slow going since there's only going to be 1 bee nest, but it should be enough to at least start getting the honey bottles that I need. So we come around here with the piston down, grab our bee nest, and if we just come close enough, we should be able to... There we go. Now the beehive with the bees are in there, and they can't come out because it's blocked on all 3 sides, plus this piston here. So next thing we want to do is we want to take a 2 tall plant, flower, drop that right there. Now that we have that set up, we can begin closing this off. Put glass here, and I would like to have the top of this covered in dirt. So here's what I'm gonna do. I can't lose this yet. I need this to keep the pistons down on these until I get more beehives. So I also need to build 1 higher. If I build here, then I'm going to lose my redstone. So I need to go up 1. So we'll go about here. And about here. Check it out, folks. Here's what we've got. Here's what it looks like. I'm thinking it is looking really, really good. Over here, we've got stone walls on the corners with iron bars. It looks like it's holding it up. It's kind of like a wooden roof right here, but on the top it's all dirt. So it's kind of like this wood is holding in the dirt. So maybe we can have some sort of like a garden or something like that up top. Down here's our chest. I put some bushes around for some decoration. Let's get a little closer, and I'll show you what we got up close. Up close, we've got some more iron bars in here, looking like it's holding stuff up, gives a little bit of depth. We've got bushes all in between each one here, bushes on the sides. And I don't know if you heard that, but that was the dispenser going off, shooting glass bottles through. So when I first put this down, it didn't set anything off. This was already full. So that lever up top, I tripped it a couple of times. That sent a redstone signal. That set off this dispenser and shot some bottles through and got rid of some of the honey. So that way it would start over fresh. So once it is filled up, the observer does send a redstone signal around to the dispenser, and that fires bottles through and actually funnels down. There is one little issue with it though. It doesn't go off just once. It goes off a couple of times. And you can see we've got some honey blocks, and so it's already got some glass and shooting glass bottles through. So every once in a while, I'll just have to come up here, get the glass bottles out, and put them back into there. See how that just went off? I think that was because of the... Here we go, yeah. That was because the bee came out. So every time the bees come in and out, it also trips off the observer. But to make that a little bit easier, up here, this one right here, this is the dispenser, and the piston was right here. So I got rid of the lever, put a block on top, and then on the dispenser, there's a trap door so I can gain access to it. So I can go in here, and I can go ahead and distribute these back into here. Then over here what I did, since these do not have beehives in them yet, there's a trap door, and on top of the piston is a lever. So when I'm ready, I come up here, trip the lever, I can go down, put the new beehive in, pull the piston up, take the trap door, move it over here, and put a new block in there. So that way I don't have to carry anything extra, and there's not going to be any leftover supplies. So I think that this turned out pretty good. We're not doing too bad. 6 honey blocks so far. Once we get some more beehives in here, and they're always going back and forth, we'll be getting some more here. And once I have enough, I can make honey blocks, and then we can go into the nether and we can take care of that project I told you I was going to do. Okay, so we still have plenty of time to go ahead and make up a quick collection system to pick up all of these eggs. Now, it is going to be a little bit awkward because I can't clear out this land, or else obviously the chickens are all going to fall down. I could move all the chickens somewhere else to work, but that's just still too much work. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this, you know, kind of like one at a time. We'll build it layer by layer. Okay, so for starters, I'm going to put my chest right here, so that way I know where it's going to be. And from behind that, drop 2 hoppers, like so. Now we need to make sure that a minecart can move back and forth and also come back around and restart again. So, I think I'm going to start this way. Like that. So all I really need are rails and powered rails. So right here, I'm going to put a powered rail. I think I'll put another powered rail here. And then it will go this way and up here. Okay, so I figured out how this is going to work. Here it's going to pass over the hoppers. It's going to come around this way. Then it's going to come this way. Underneath the center, I have redstone torches. So that way we can come this way. Powered rail. Just like that, and we'll keep running it around. This is where it's going to get a little bit difficult. Okay, so it's going to come this way. It's going to come up here. It's going to go here. Should be able to reach. There we go. Perfect. Now I need to get our hopper minecart in here. Hopefully I can get it right on there. Yep, looks like I can. And we're not moving. Of course not. Why would we? Can get under right here. That. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Now this is going to continue to run around, pick up all of them, and drop them off. Not all of them, but it'll drop them off. Every time it passes by, it'll drop some off. So let's put these ones in here. So look at that. Well, eggs won't be a problem for me anymore. Now, let's see if we can go ahead and Make this look a little more presentable. Dad, I think I'll go get some staircases. There we are. Nothing too fancy. There's some oak blocks, staircases, upside down staircases, some more staircases, and then some spruce fences. Not bad. I think it's simple and it's not overly complicated. Let's see what we got in here. Whoa! Look at that. So I think it finally caught up with everything that was already there. Okay, there's only one now. So every time one of these guys drops an egg, it goes into there. So when we finally do get to fight a wither, we can use them to get wither roses, and I believe those are used to do something. I forget. But folks, check it out. We didn't do too bad, and only for a couple of hours worth of work, we now have 2 farms with collection. Not bad. The only thing we got to do is add some more bees and beehives to the honey farm, and the chicken farm will continuously run forever and never stop. So I think actually we're very productive today. We're actually getting a little bit better at this. Let me know what you think of the quality of the videos lately. But it is still going to take me a little while to make sure everything is looking good. Let me know about the audio and the video quality and the content as well. Just let me know what you guys are thinking. So until the next one, Dan out.